good afternoon, Dobra dan, bonjour. My name is Ulrika Englund Nessalal and I'm a student at Uppsala University at Campus Sundsvall. So, I attended this year's student forum at EPBS in Zagreb, Croatia, and we got sent this questionnaire that we answered before we got to the student forum. And at the forum we were supposed to be prepared to do a presentation of our results. So the night before I had a bit of a, not panic attack, but I realized that I wanted to do a PowerPoint presentation, and I did. You know how it is when you do a PowerPoint presentation, you think that it's gonna take 5 minutes or something, but you end up with trying to choose the right pictures, what kind of background, and so on. So I think I sat about 3 hours or something, and then at the student forum it was decided that we shouldn't do a presentation, so there I were with my PowerPoint and no one to present it to, so I'm going to present it to you here instead. So, you know my name, and this is Uppsala University, but as I said, I'm located at Campus Sundsvall, and Sundsvall is in the middle of Sweden along the east coast line, and this is my university. This is Mid-University Sundsvall, and this is where I take most of my classes, and Sundsvall is also where I live. So here at Campus Sundsvall, this is where we usually sit and study, and I'm in a small class. We started out with 15 persons, and now we're only 9 left. And before we move on to the questions, a fun fact about myself: becoming a biomedical scientist is actually my second profession. I've worked over 5 years as a train driver, so this is my office. And right now I drive mostly this train on the left. It's called X3000, and this picture is taken by me in Umeå about 2 winters ago, and this is from this summer. That's my train in the middle there. So, moving on to the questionnaire. What is thought about point-of-care testing during your biomedical scientist education? And the first question there, what we practiced, and in my class, my education in Sundsvall, we practiced analyzing blood glucose concentration, hemoglobin concentration, coagulation testing, APTT and PT, platelet function, C-reactive protein, ESR, which is erythrocyte sedimentation rate, and also we tested on urine strips. When it comes to learning about the background methods of the devices, when we practiced point-of-care testing, we also had access to the manual, from the manufacturer and the manual for the BMAs at the hospital, and we read them before the exercises to gain knowledge about the devices, and on some tests we also had to do a laboratory report which included backgrounds, methods and some management about the point of care devices that we used. But we did not learn how to compare and select point of care testing devices. And when it comes to the amount of hours that is set aside, it's difficult to say, as these exercises are part of different courses. And when I looked in my close environment about position and jobs with those who have responsibility in point of care testing management and coordination, all point of care testing management and coordination is regulated from Landstinget, Västernorrland. Landstinget is the county council, you could say. And there's 21 in Sweden. Each unit manager at the hospital appoints the head of the laboratory at the hospital or at the primary healthcare centers, but it is the unit manager that has the overall responsibility. And in my close environment we do not have a company for quality assurance or any point of care tests manufacturers. And when it comes to BMS, it is a work suited for BMS, but there are currently not any BMS working at these positions. Employers' expectations and the most important skill and challenges. When it comes to skill, there's no skill that's most important. It's a combination of skills, as with most works. You can't just pick one skill. When I talked to my two line managers, they mentioned, among other, accuracy, people skills, power of initiative, and so on. And when it comes to the most challenging parts, as I said, there's not just one thing that's challenging, it's a little bit of everything. But as an example, getting a time needed, as it usually isn't a full-time job. And when it comes to the more hands-on approach, it can be challenging to get the people using the POC devices to understand the importance of the pre-analytic factors. And is this an attractive working field for me? I would have to say no, not at the moment. I am not really interested in the paperwork that comes along with management and coordination of POC, and right now I'm more interested in working in the central laboratory at the hospital, which does about 5.4 million analyses per year, or working at the clinical physiological department too, and to get some more experience before I decide if I want to venture on to other challenges. Lost my papers. So, do you think you learn enough about point of care testing? Yes, I do. As we don't really work with a lot of POC devices at the hospital, and there aren't any biomedical scientists working in the healthcare centers or the pharmacies and so on. So I think we do learn enough. What would I improve? I wouldn't improve that much actually. Maybe a little broader explanation about what POCT is, as it was only mentioned briefly, and how it may or will affect us in the future, because POCT is a growing field. And that was the questionnaire, and thank you. This, as you can see, is an aurora borealis, or the northern lights, and I missed it because I was on a plane to Zagreb when we had the biggest northern lights in years in Sundsvall. This is from Kalix, but it was seen almost all over Sweden. I've been told it was spectacular. So, thank you. If you have any questions, please feel free to write something in the comment section below, and I will try and answer you as quick as I can. Again, thank you for watching.